Today I'm going to talk about OFW. I had a really good conversation today with a young lady who's an OFW in the United Kingdom. So join me. So I was in the Abriza today. So I just picked up my cookies. Very nice. Now I'm back in SM Langen, so very hot. So have a little bit of exercise, a little bit of a walk. I was in the no. So I mean the most are famous. I've got the set meal fee coming, 300 peso. What was I saying? Yeah, so I was in the HSBC today. I was checking on whether the money had turned up from the UK, from my mum's estate. Second month still hasn't arrived, but there we go, not to worry. And while I was in there, I was struggling to get a ticket. They do all this digital ticket and I can't see the computer, and they turn around. So a young lady was helping me. Got nothing to do with the bank, because the bank staff were, I don't know, in the toilet, in a meeting, doing whatever they want. Anyway, the woman was talking to me. Exceptional English, a very lovely Filipino woman, but she works in the UK. She works for the NHS, and while I was waiting and she was waiting, we were chatting. I had to wait 35 minutes, so that was a nice conversation. So we were talking about OFW and working overseas, and she was asking me about, her family were talking to her about coming back and stay in the Philippines and come here and stay with the children and the family and everything like that. And I turned around and I said, well, that's nice to have, but how much money are you going to earn working in the Philippines as a nurse? And she said she works in A&E at Aylesbury Hospital. And she works in Aylesbury Hospital, and which is just outside London, so I know where it is. And she works at Mandeville Hospital. And so I turned around and said, so what would you get if you worked at SPMC or DAVAO Premier Langen or DAVAO Doctors? And she said she'd get around about 30,000 peso a month, for 1,000 a day roughly, for working in A&E, night shift or day shift, whatever. So I don't know what it is. I attract all these people that start shouting. I don't have a normal conversation. Shouting. Anyway, so I was like, okay. I said, so what do you get working in the A&E in London? And she turned around and she said she gets £3,500 every month. So you get £3,500. So that means you get, the exchange rate is 83 peso to the pound. So you get £1,000 is 82,000 peso. So that's 82 and 82 and 41. Add it all together, that's substantially more. That's 3/8 to 24 plus 40, 24, that's 32, so that's 320,000 peso a month. So you would give that up to come and work for 30,000 in the Philippines. No brainer really, isn't it? Stay where you are, I said to her. Get your pension, because the UK state pension is about 50 times greater than the Philippine pension, and she will also get an NHS pension she can claim at 55, which is about 50 times better than the Philippine pension. So the state pension in the UK is 82,000 a month, and the state pension in the Philippines is 9,000. So we had a good conversation, and I just sat there looking at it. And there was these other people talking to me, and I said, "There's no point. You've done 10 years, 12 years in the UK working in the NHS. stay, work another 10, 15 years in the UK, retire. You would retire on a better pension in the UK than I got when I retired. So we had the conversation and we were talking about it, and I said, yeah, you've got to pay your rent, you've got to pay other bits and bobs, but you're still going to be about 150,000 peso a month better off than you are here. You're going to be 110,000 pesos a month better off by staying in the UK. Okay, your family, you're not going to be able to see your family as they're growing up, but when you retire, they're all going to be round your house because you're going to have loads of money, and you're going to have loads of money in your bank account, and they turn around and spoil your grandchildren and your nephews and your cousins. And I just said to the woman, I said, look, I know it's hard to be away from your home and be away, but you have to realise that why is the reason you want to be an OFW and work overseas is cash, is money. You can't earn that amount of money in the UK, in the Philippines, honestly. You have to work and do stuff. You're being paid a very big salary to do your work in the UK. You would not be recognised in the Philippines for your contribution. Oh, I've got my food. It's arrived. Yeah, I've got my soup. I don't know what it is. This table here is empty and he puts everything on that table. Don't understand that. But anyway, so I've got chicken with aranchara salad. I've got egg stew. I've got egg fried rice, and I've got chopped suey. I've got 2 Coke Zeros. I don't need that because I need to rehydrate. So I'm going to enjoy my lunch and I'm going to come back. What would you do? Would you work overseas for 320,000 peso a month, or would you work in the Philippines on 30,000 peso a month? Oh, look at that. There's my chop suey, there's my chicken, my soup, egg fried rice on the plate, my Coke Zero. Very, very nice. I'll eat half of this because this will spike my sugar level by about 10 sugar sachets or 10 spoons. That'll lower my sugar level because it's all water and egg is really good. If you're on your diabetes, then egg, cinnamon, avocado, banana, yeah, apple, okay, fish, salmon, tuna fish, really, really good. Ground beef, lean, very, very good. Vegetables, very, very nice. So, lunch is finished. OFW. I don't know what they get paid in Dubai or Germany or elsewhere, but NHS, National Health Service, pays Filipinos, Filipino, very good money. And I remember years and years ago, I used to turn around and work overseas in Saudi Arabia, not for the experience, but for money. And it was to turn around and save up to put a deposit on a house and buy a house, which is what started my rental business back in the UK. And I was saying this to the young girl today, oh young, she's 35, 36, same age as Annie, but she's getting £3,500 a month. Yeah, she's got living expenses, yeah, she's got to pay tax, yeah, she's got, but she'll get around 2,500 net after she's been paid. And then she'll turn around and get paid into a pension. It's substantially more than the pension you'll get in this country, in the Philippines. But I was explaining that, you know, you're earning this money, don't spend it. Don't use it for frivolities. Put it into a bank account, send it back to the Philippines. When you come back once a year, come here, buy a property outright, okay, because 5 million peso is going to be around 4 million peso, 5 million. 8 million is going to be 100,000. Half of that, 50,000, is going to be 4 million. Yeah, so 4 million peso is going to be about 50 grand. Or 60,000 pounds. Buy a house, put it into an account, start picking up the rent on it, get somebody to manage it, that's going to charge you around 5 grand a month to look after the property, and in the next 10 years you can come back with 10 houses in the Philippines, in DAVAO or the surrounding areas, all making you money, and you got your pension. So she sat there looking at me, and I was like just saying to her, it's amazing what you can do when you think it through. Sending it back for family members to buy a car or put a deposit on a house, or you need to turn around and just go, not tell any of your family, not tell any of your relatives, just turn around and say, keep your lifestyle going, get your lifestyle going, and then when you come back, you're set up. You know, if you've got 5 houses and you're renting 5 houses, you can stop work at 50 in 15 years time. You can get your national health pension. You can turn around and then wait until you're 67, and then you can claim your state pension in the UK because you've paid into it. And that's what people don't seem to work out. You just pay into these things, and then when you get to retirement age, you need to sit down and work out what you're doing. There will be lots and lots of your family, and I said this to her today, putting their hand out, wanting you to support them, putting their great-great-granddaughter, putting their great-great-grandniece, great-great-grand-cousin through school, through education, medical treatment, stuff like that. But do you help or don't you help? That's a totally different ballgame. That is a very hard thing to say, especially when you've been working in A&E. So accident and emergency, NHS pays good money. Not as good as a doctor, but it pays very good money. Doctor would most probably get around £8,000 to £10,000 a month, but A&E nurse at 3.5, good money. Good money. I was shocked at how much he was earning. When I left the UK, it was nowhere near that. So in the 10 years that I've been here, salaries have done that in the UK. And that is why OFWs, as long as you're in the right place and you're in the right contract, yeah, you're not going to get £3,500 cleaning houses in Dubai or the UAE, or a home help, or a cook, or a driver. But in the medical profession, excellent money. So we exchanged details, and she's going to turn around and let me know when she's back in the UK. And I said, well, when I come back to the UK, I'll pop down to Aylesbury and have a look at it, because she was asking about my eyesight and why I couldn't see. And I said, I can see big things, but I can't see detail. I can't see small forms or, you know, written things on a can like that. I can see the red, but I can't see the little black writing. Maybe that's for the good, I suppose. Anyway, like, share, subscribe. OFWs, is it good for the Philippines? Yeah. Is it good for the Filipina or Filipino? Definitely. Get the right job.